Hello, everybody. Again, I'm Ashley. We're here at Ignite. Happy Saturday morning. I'm so happy that you all are here. Today, we will be doing a class that is one of our power classes. So we're going to get a little bit sweaty, but don't worry, we'll spend some time slowly easing in and then slowly easing out. For today's practice, I would suggest having a block or two, and if you've got a strap, that'll be awesome. If you don't worry. I'll tell you how to modify all of these at home. We will get started on our backs today. I will get started seated just so that you can hear me a little bit better, and then I'll meet you on my back in just a moment or two. So start to set yourself up for success, getting comfortable, lying on your back. Maybe you start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Imagining that you've just let go of any anxieties, any frustrations, or any anticipatory worry. Start to bring all of your awareness right here to your mat, right in this room. Start to bring an awareness to your breath. Not yet trying to change or alter the way that you're breathing, just noticing where you're starting from. To start our class, we'll take a few cleansing breaths together. So breathe in through the nose to the greatest capacity of your lungs. Exhale right out of an open mouth, nice and slow. Let's do that twice more. In through the nose, nice and slow, full inhale. And exhale right out of the mouth. One last cleansing breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. With your next breath in, press your lips together and start to breathe in and out through your mouth, or through your nose rather. Breathing in and out through our nose helps to warm our bodies from the inside out. So if you're used to practicing in a warm studio and now you find yourself at home, you can build that heat with your breath. So try to keep that nose to nose breath moving with you as we start to move our bodies in just a little bit. And if you'd like to set an intention for class, now's a great time to do so. Your intention might be a word, maybe an emotion that you'd like to cultivate throughout class today. Maybe it's a mantra that you repeat to yourself. If you'd like to follow along with my intention, you are always welcome. My intention today will be on my breath. There's a lot of research behind breath and what it can do for us. But today I am simply trying to be present in my breath, trying to maintain that control of my breathing. Start to wiggle fingers and wiggle toes, wakening the body back up. From here, bring both of the knees into the chest. Bring the hands to the shins, rock a little bit from left to right, massaging out the lowest part of the spine here. And to start, drop your arms to a T, palms can face down or up, and drop the knees over to the right hand side, taking a simple supine twist. You can face your knees or turn away from your knees as well. Inhale, bring the knees back up through center. And exhale, let them travel over towards the left. Bring the knees back through center. And then go ahead and plant the feet down on the ground, tenting the knees up towards the ceiling. From here, hug the right knee back into the chest. Interlace the hands behind the back of the right thigh for a hamstring stretch. You can keep this left knee bent, or if you feel comfortable straightening it, you may. If you're feeling really bendy, you can even walk those hands up to the calf. Go ahead and put a bend back in the right knee, and let's switch legs. So this time we find that hamstring stretch in the left leg. Again, bent knee or straight leg for that right leg. Keeping with the breath in and out. Start to release that left leg. This time we'll rock forwards and backwards a couple of times and meet all the way on our stomachs. So I'm going to turn just to face you for a moment. Set yourself up in an intimidation cobra. So bring your hands out to the sides, pointing the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then almost imagine that you've got something really important under your hands. So you kind of cup your hands. Place the fingertips down on the ground, but the palms are lifted. With an inhale, lift your chest, using the strength within your back, not the strength within your hands. Exhale to release. Inhale again, find your intimidation cobra long through the back of the neck. Exhale to release. One more time, inhale to our intimidation cobra. This time, dip the right shoulder down, gaze left. Inhale, back up through center. And exhale, dip the left shoulder, look right. Inhale brings us back up through center. And exhale, release yourself down to the ground. Walk the hands back underneath of the shoulders and press yourself up into a tabletop pose. With an inhale, drop the belly low, gaze forward, finding a cow pose. And exhale, press the floor away, pull the belly button to the ceiling and the chin to the chest for our cat pose. Inhale to a cow. And exhale to a cat. Let's take two more, moving with our own breath and our own bodies, adding in any movements that feel good. Once you're done with those 2 rounds of both cat and cow, we'll be in a child's pose. But no need to rush to get there. In our child's pose, I'd like to remind you that this is your class. It is not mine. So please understand that you know your body much better than I. So make modifications. If something hurts, back out of that pose. And please know that you may come to this child's pose whenever you like and stay for however long you'd like. My words are just a suggestion. As you're ready, come back up to a tabletop. From here, step the right foot forward, coming into a lunge. And if you can't quite make it all the way there, help that foot. Get right underneath of the knee. You can keep the back knee down on the ground and see how it feels to walk the hands up to the right thigh. Trying not to stay way back here, rather getting a good bend in that front knee. And if you'd like, hands can reach up for the ceiling. Together, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, goalpost the arms, take a baby back bend, puffing the chest forward, maybe even gazing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the fingertips back up. Exhale, puff the chest, goalpost the arms. Inhale, fingertips reach one more time. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, plant the hands back down on the ground, step the right foot back, coming into our tabletop. From here, bring the left foot forward, making sure the ankle's right underneath of the knee. Hands can stay lower down, or you can walk them up to the left thigh. And if you'd like, you can reach those arms up and follow along with our back bends. Breathing in, tall through the spine, core engaged. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Inhale, reach the arms back up to our nice tall spine. Exhale, goalpost the arms. One last time, inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, find your back bend. Inhale, fingertips reach up for the ceiling. And exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. This time we step back to a high plank pose. Anytime that we're in this plank pose, you can lower down to your knees and still get that engagement in the core. We're here for another breath in. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Feel free to find some movement, maybe finding a three-legged dog and shaking out the ankles or rolling them. You can always pedal the feet. Hips are trying to reach up and back just a little bit further. Heels are trying to reach for the ground, but that is a direction, not the goal. And we're pressing into all 10 of our fingertips evenly. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat through the back. Press the hands into something, whether it's your calf or the floor. Exhale to fold forward, round through the spine. Let the back of the neck hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, leaning slightly forward. Exhale to release. This time, inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Palms face one another at the top, pinkies turn slightly inwards. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, Svamasthiti. Inhale, reach those fingertips up for the ceiling. And exhale, hinge from the hips, come to your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to plant the hands, step or hop back to your high plank. Know that anytime we're here, we can lower down to our knees, which is what I will be demoing throughout class today, so that I can talk to you and teach class at the same time. Whether we're on our hands or our knees, we shift forward. Exhale, lower only halfway. Hug the elbows in nice and close to our body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs lift away from the mat. Chest is pulling forward. Exhale to our downward facing dog, using our core to get there. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Breathe into your halfway lift. And breathe out to your forward fold. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, standing nice and tall. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Breath in, reach the fingertips up. And breath out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Keep the chest pulling forward, plant the hands, coming back into your high plank and move to our Chaturanga Dandasana. Lowering only halfway. Breathe into your upward facing dog and breathe out to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward and get there. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out to your forward fold. Breathe in, reach the hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling for our upward salute. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, coming into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back. Let's move through our high to low chaturanga. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, bend the knees, travel forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach those arms up for our Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to our forward fold, our Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step or hop back, move through your high to low push-up. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. One more sun salutation to get us nice and warm. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to our fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe into our halfway lift. Breathe out, come to your chaturanga, or move through your chaturanga rather. And I'll meet you back in a downward facing dog, or our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees. Step or hop to the front of your space. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. If you've got blocks, now is a great time to grab those. I like to place them right at the front of my mat. You can have them on their low, medium, or tall setting. From here, I'll ask you to pick up your back right leg and step it about halfway down the mat so that we're in a pyramid pose. And I'll give you a different angle because a lot of people go like this in their pyramid pose and then they feel really wobbly. But if we take this back right foot out just a little bit, that's going to feel nice and secure in my base. From here, I'll ask you to square your hips off. So, right leg is back. That means we pull our left hip back and press our right hip forward so that our legs aren't open, they're square. All 10 of our feet are facing forward. We've got those hands on the blocks or on the ground. And we're trying to melt over our front left leg. We might be feeling something in the hamstrings here, especially in that left hamstring. From here, begin to shift a little bit of weight forward into the left foot. I like to walk my blocks about a foot forward and find a standing L pose. So our right leg is flying behind us, energetic all the way down to our flexed toes. Nice and long through the spine and focus through the gaze. 2 more breaths in and out. In again. Exhale, nice and slow, drop back to your warrior 2. Left toes are forward, right toes are back. Arms are at a T and our gaze is over our front middle finger. We're trying to keep some engagement in the outer part of our thigh here, so our leg isn't bending in, rather it's pointing straight out in front of us. Take another breath in right here and out. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Left palm reaches up and back. Exhale to your side angle pose. Left hand comes down to a block, maybe to the thigh, and our right arm reaches up for the ceiling. Breathing in and out. And again. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, coming into a lunge. Step back to your high plank and move through our Chaturanga Dandasana. From our downward facing dog, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel to the front of your mat. From here, set your blocks up again. You might need to scooch them back. Then we'll take our left foot back behind us in our pyramid pose. We're looking for 2 flat feet. So if you're way back here, your foot's not going to go flat. Step it up. Try to square the hips. This time the right hip presses back, left hip presses forward. And we melt over our front right leg. From here, find your standing elbows, springing forward on the right leg, left leg flies. Nice and long through the spine. You might even walk one of your hands or both to your standing leg for a balance challenge. Take another breath in. Exhale nice and slow. Drop back to our warrior 2. Setting up your feet, gazing over the front right fingertips. Inhale to reverse the warrior, right palm reaches up and back. Exhale to our side angle pose, right hand reaches down, left arm reaches up. Stay for the breath in and out. Bring the hands down to the ground, step back to our high plank. Let's move through our high to low, push up and meet back in our downward facing dog. Right away, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and step to the top of your mat. We'll find our pyramid pose, stepping the right foot back. We're not here for long. Inhale, stand up to our standing split pose. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, nice and slow, drop back to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale to a balancing half moon. Left hand plants on the floor or on a block, about a foot in front of the left foot. Bring forward. Right leg flies, right arm reaches up for the ceiling. You might fall out of it, that's okay. We get back into it. And we'll be here for a little bit. So 2 options here. Well, 1 option really, because I want everybody to focus on your breath. Then maybe, just maybe, you see what it would look like to grab a bind. Connecting the right hand and the right foot. Keeping the chest open. Take another breath in. Exhale, drop back to your warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat, coming into your lunge. Step back to your high plank and move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. From our downward facing dog, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold, place those blocks where you'd like them. This time the left foot steps back into our pyramid pose. Inhale, spring forward, standing L pose. Take another breath in. Exhale, nice and easy, drop back to our warrior 2. Inhale to reverse the warrior. And exhale to our balancing half moon, right hand plants on the ground. Left arm reaches up for the ceiling. Strong through the breath. Knowing that you can stay here or reach for that bind. Putting a big bend into the left knee, keeping the chest open. 2 more times in and out. In again. If you've got that bind, release it. Drop back, nice and easy, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Move through your high to low push up. We'll take that flow again, breath to movement. So if my words are moving faster than your body, that's okay. Just try not to go faster. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold, hands on the blocks or on the floor. Step the right foot back for your pyramid pose. Breathing in and out. Inhale, spring forward, standing L pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop back to your warrior 2. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale to your balancing half moon. Staying for the breath. Exhale, drop back, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step back to your high plank and move through your chaturanga. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold, plant the hands on a block around the ground, step the left foot back into our pyramid pose. Inhale, spring forward, standing L pose. And exhale into our warrior two. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale to our balancing half moon. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, nice and gentle, warrior two. Inhale to reverse that warrior. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Travel through your high to low push-up. Meet us in a downward facing dog or in a child's pose for just a moment. This is a great time to grab a drink of water or towel off. It's also a great time to reconnect with the breath, moving it in and sending it out. When you're ready, find yourself back up in your tabletop pose. Curl the toes under, send the hips high, the heels low, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to our half lift. Exhale to fold, find a quick pyramid pose again. Right foot steps back. From here, we'll find a one-legged Tadasana. You can do it in two stages. Maybe you stand up, then find your one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifted. Or maybe you do it in one foul swoop. So we've got our right toes flexed. Arms are reaching up for the ceiling, palms face one another at the top. Take another breath in. Exhale slow like you're moving through mud. Step back to your warrior two. You might need to readjust your feet once you get there. Inhale to straighten the left leg. Reach the left hand forward and exhale into our triangle pose. I really like a block and triangle pose. It helps me to not lock out my knee. So if you've got this knee super tight, see if you can put a soft bend into it, open your chest, and breathe. In again, and out. In again. Last time out right here. Strong through the core. Inhale all the way up to reverse your triangle. Left hand reaches up and back. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down to the ground. Come into a lunge. Step back, move through your high to low push up. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Find your pyramid pose, left foot steps back, squaring the hips. Stay for the breath in. And out. Inhale up to a one-legged Tadasana. This time our left knee lifts. Really isolating the muscles in the lowest part of our core to help keep this leg lifted. Stay for another breath in. Exhale, drop back to a warrior two. Nice and tall through the spine. Nice bent front knee. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale back to our warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Reach the right hand forward. Then find our triangle pose. And it's not about if we can touch the ground, because look what just happened to my body. My sides collapse, my chest is going to collapse. So really see if you can use the core to open the chest up. And get nice and long through both sides of the body. Cartwheel the hands down. Oh, no. Come to your triangle pose. Use your core. Inhale to reverse your triangle. I almost forgot that. Now exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground, coming into a lunge. Step back to your high plank and move through your flow. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees, travel forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands on the mat, step the right foot back. We're adding on to our flow. Find your pyramid pose. Inhale all the way up, one-legged Tadasana. Now from here, I'd like you to interlace your hands behind the right side. So we were here before in a hamstring stretch. Then maybe you see how it feels to straighten that leg even just a little bit. Maybe you straighten it a lot. Again, isolate those muscles down in the core. Take another breath in and out. Come back to our one-legged Tadasana, releasing the bind. And exhale, open back up to our warrior two. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, back to standing. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the left hand forward, find your triangle pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground, coming into a lunge. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up to the ceiling, low twisting lunge. Exhale, left hand down to the ground, step back to your high plank and move to your chaturanga. Knowing that you can skip these if the shoulders are starting to give you trouble, or if they don't feel right in your body. From our downward facing dog, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, find those blocks to the ground, step the left foot back, square the hips, pyramid pose. Use the core, inhale all the way up, one-legged Tadasana, left knee lifts. Firm up through the core as you interlace the fingers underneath of the left thigh. And maybe, just maybe, we see how it feels to straighten our leg even just a little bit, or all the way. Trying not to place our hands at the back of the kneecap. And really trying to stay proud through the chest, not bending down. Nice job. Inhale, come back to our one-legged Tadasana, knee is bent. Exhale, drop back to our warrior two. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, come back to standing. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the right arm forward. Right leg is straight, then find your triangle pose. Take for another breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground, coming into a lunge. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up and open. Low twisting lunge. Exhale, set the right hand down on the ground, step back to your high plank and move through your chaturanga. From our downward facing dog, inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees and travel forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. This might be another good time to grab a drink. I know I need one as I talk to you all. Otherwise, try to stand really firm through your feet. Try to find even weight in both of your feet. Hands can stay at heart center or down by your sides. We'll move into our peak pose of today's class, which is extended hand to big toe pose. Which you might hear that and it might make you a little bit nervous at home, but our hamstrings are really warm. We're going to try. I'll offer lots of modifications throughout, so no worries there. We will start by shifting our weight into our left leg. I'm actually going to turn to the side and find our one-legged Tadasana we were here earlier. So right knee lifts, arms reach up to the ceiling. You can take that standing hamstring stretch or even stay right here if you'd like. If you'd like to see how it feels to have a bind, maybe you start right here. Right hand to the bottom of the right foot and left arm at your side. If you'd like to take a different bind, we'll take our peace fingers, so our pointer and our middle fingers, and we'll make a hook and grab onto our big toe, just like this. If you've got that hook, maybe you see how it feels to straighten the right leg out in front of you, staying nice and tall through the chest. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you open up to the right side. We'll stay for 2 more breaths, in and out. And again. Exhale, nice and slow, release the bind. I'm still working on that, so don't fall in and out. You just have to get right back into your breath and to the pose. So let's take a break. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come to a ragdoll pose, widening the feet. Opposite hand grabs your opposite elbow, hang nice and heavy, releasing the back of the neck. Bring the hands underneath of the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, long, flat back. Exhale to release. Use the core, use the hamstrings to stand up nice and tall. And then reset your feet right under hips with distance apart. From here, we'll start by shifting the weight into our right leg this time and find our one leg Tadasana. Maybe you find that bind with the hands interlaced. Maybe you see how it feels to bring the left hand to the outside of the left foot and stand. Maybe, just maybe, you find those pointer fingers, or peace fingers rather, hooked on the outside of the left toe or on the inside. You can stay here or see how it feels to straighten the left leg. Or maybe take it out to the side. 2 more breaths, in and out. And again. Exhale, try to control it down better than I did. Place both of your feet on the ground. Nice work. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to goal post the chest, puffing it forward. Inhale, reach the arms back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands down by your sides in mountain pose. We'll take that one more time through on each side. I'll offer you a little bit more play time. But we'll start by resetting the breath, resetting the body, and try not to set yourself up with great expectations. Just let whatever happens, happens. So we'll start by bending our right leg and maybe finding our Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, or our extended hand to big toe foot. You have 1 more breath, in and out. Start to set those right toes back down on the ground. Come to a mountain pose. Breathing in and out. Now we shift weight into our right foot. Take the left foot up off of the ground. Find the bind that works best in your body. Standing up nice and tall. And maybe you find that pose. Maybe you're struggling with balance today like I am. That's okay. We all have our days. Two more breaths, in and out. In again. Exhale, set the left foot down on the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. After a challenging balance pose like that, I really like to come back into one that gives us a little bit more groundedness. So we'll take a tree pose. Shift your weight into your right leg. Left foot can kickstand on the ground, or the foot can come to your calf, maybe even your thigh. Hands can stay right at heart center, or you can reach those arms off to the side, growing your branches. Bring the hands back to heart center. If you let them travel elsewhere. Press the left foot back down to the ground. Try not to fidget. Move right into tree on the other side. Once you feel stable, those hands can reach, growing your branches. Bring the hands back to heart center first, then go ahead and set the right toes down on the ground. Nice work, everybody. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinge forward, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plant those hands, step back to your high plank. For our core today, I've got a dolphin plan, so we'll drop down to our forearm plank, making sure that the elbows are right underneath of the shoulders. From here, we'll pike our hips up towards the ceiling. It's gonna feel like a break right here, but it won't once we walk our feet up. Nice and close to the body. We're here for 10 breaths. In and out. In again. Nice job. 8 more. 7. You're almost halfway. 5 more. 4 more. You can do anything for 3 breaths. Twice more. Last one, make it count, breathe in. Exhale, start to put a bend into the knees and come down to the ground. You can actually send your legs all the way back behind you and rest a cheek down on the mat. Hands can be goal posted or they can reach down long by your sides. If you've got a cheek down on the mat, flip to the other side. From here, situate yourself so that your chin or your forehead is down on the mat. Feet are down long behind us. Then we'll send our arms behind us, palms face down. We'll take a one-legged locust pose. So to start, on our inhale, we'll lift our chest and our right leg for our Ekapada Salambhasana. I like to put a slight bend into my knee so I can really isolate the hamstring of the right leg. Another breath in. Exhale to release. This time with our inhale, lift the chest and the left leg for our one-legged locust. Hands are staying down on the ground for another breath in. Exhale to release. This time we'll put that together. Palms can be up or down. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale to lift the chest and the legs for our locust pose. Stay for another breath in. Exhale to release, nice and slow. You can take that locust pose again. My words will walk you through a bow pose. We'll put a bend into the knees and reach the hands back for the tops of the feet or for the ankles. I get pretty sweaty when I practice, so I like to flex my feet and grab onto those ankles. Again, keep the engagement in the inner thighs. Inhale, lift the chest and the legs, coming into a bow pose. We'll stay for one more breath in. Exhale, nice and slow, release yourself down to the ground. It might feel good to put a bend into the knees and windshield wiper those legs. From here, we'll go ahead and press ourselves up to a tabletop pose. And I've got a figure 4 hip stretch planned for class today. If you'd like to take a half pigeon pose, please know that you may. So we'll actually lay onto our backs. From here, we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You might already feel this in your hips. If you do, know that you can stay. Or you can pick the left leg up off of the ground. Maybe you interlace those hands behind the back of the left leg, which can be straight or bent. Slowly start to release the spine, and then we'll switch. So the left ankle will come over the right thigh, and this time we pick the right leg up off of the ground, finding that bind if we need the stretch. When you're ready, start to uncross those legs. You can take a minute to hug the knees into your chest. Maybe rock a little bit from left to right, massaging out the low of the back. Noticing if it feels any different than it did at the beginning of the class when we were here. The next, I'll invite you to take an inversion. I'll take legs up, Viparita Karani. I actually like to slide my hands underneath of my glutes. You can place a block underneath of the glutes just to take some of the effort out of this pose. If you'd like to bring the hands behind the thighs, you may. But just spend some time with the feet above the head. If you'd prefer to take a shoulder stand, plow, headstand, or handstand, we are very warm for those. You can pop into those. you'd like a little bit longer in that pose, know that you may stay. Otherwise, happy baby or supine frog is where we're headed next. For supine frog, place the hands right on the kneecaps, flex the feet, and then pull the knees, or guide the knees is a better word, off to the side. For happy baby, reach inside of the legs for the outside of the feet, maybe even for the calves. From here, we'll let the knees touch, drop our arms to a T, and drop the feet, or the knees rather, over to the right hand side. Inhale, bring the knees up through center. And exhale, let them fall over to the left. One last inhale to bring those knees up through center. When you're ready, find your Shavasana, knowing that you can always take a ball pose and then send your arms and legs long on the mat. Trying your best to be comfortable. I'll sit up just so that you can hear me a little bit better, and so that you can trust that I'll pull you out of this restful shape when it's time. Try to relax the muscles right behind your eyes. Try to relax your shoulders away from the ears, maybe even picking them up and pulling them down. Abandon that intentional breath. Let it come and go without thinking about it. Relax the hips, the thighs, the shins, and the feet. Resist the urge to fidget, letting your body be still for just a few moments. Keeping your eyes closed. Take a big deep breath again. Maybe you start by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, slowly waking up your body. Maybe you reach the arms up overhead, taking a good morning or good evening stretch. And as you're ready, roll onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow and place your left hand right on your stomach. For just one moment, feel yourself breathe in and out. Our breath is connected to our brain. And sometimes we can help control our bodies in the most stressful of situations by taking a deep breath so that our stomach moves in, or our stomach moves out rather. And now back in. When we breathe like that 3 times, it helps to get our body into a calmer state. So if you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, try to breathe. Feel yourself breathe and understand its power. We'll take one more inhale and exhale out of the mouth. Begin to come to a seat, maybe a hero's pose, sitting on your knees, or legs can be crossed. Bring your hands to heart center. Thanks to each and every one of you for sharing your practice with me. It's truly one of my greatest honors to be able to share this practice with you. We end our class by recognizing the goodness that lives within each and every living creature. It's a place that I see within you. From that goodness within me to you, I bow. Namaste. Thanks everybody for practicing. Again, let us know if you have any questions. Drop a comment below and we post this on Facebook. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.